So it's a lot of activity going on out here, from bugs. I just killed a spider that was okay, sorry. Okay, I'm good. I just killed a spider that was on me. It's just a lot. It's a bee. Yo, I can't. I just wanted to change the scene. I wanted to record outside. What's going on, everyone? Tech Me out here, and I'm currently out in the wild trying to get this video in regarding Android P. So we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully it's smooth, but I don't know. Might have had a good idea. So yesterday was Google I/O, and they announced quite a few things regarding Android P, which I'm personally excited about. Like, it has a lot of new features that I think are pretty innovative, and 5 in particular, which I'm excited about. 1, do not disturb. They basically kind of like took what we have looked at as do not disturb and just expanded it to all new levels. So like now with do not disturb, you can have a mode, and the name slips my mind right now, I'm gonna throw it in the video, but it's a mode where you can actually tell your phone that you're gonna go to bed at a certain time, and it's gonna start to take the color in your phone and change it to black and white, an effort to kind of help you get bored with using your phone and eventually go to sleep. I need that, and I'm sure a lot of us out there could use that, because if you know, like I know, when you're in that bed tired, sometimes you tend to go to social media or just play on your phone in general until you fall asleep. And there's nothing really to kind of stop you from doing that. But now there's a way. So I'm really excited about the extensive do not disturb modes that are coming. I'm also excited about the iPhone 10 gestures. So the navigation bar typically at the bottom of the phone has been removed. You now have basically these iPhone 10-like gestures where you're gonna swipe up to get to your app drawer. You can also slide left or right on the bottom slider to navigate between your apps in your app drawer. From within an app, you can swipe up as well, and that's not only gonna pull up your app drawer, but also your dock with your most commonly used apps or whatever apps you have in your dock. And that's just kind of touching the surface of it a little bit. Now, the third thing I'm excited about is adaptive brightness. And this is basically going to kind of learn how you adjust your brightness per scenario. So instead of it adjusting your brightness based upon, you know, your lighting scenario, it's going to instead learn how you adjust your brightness per lighting scenario, and therefore then adjust your brightness based upon that. Now, the fourth thing I'm excited about is just the AI integration altogether, from how it's going to be implemented into your photos onto how they're actually talking about it being implemented into your Maps app. But the first thing we're going to talk about between the two is basically how it's going to be implemented into your photos. So now in your photos, it'll do things like further separate your subject from the background, so you can have your subject in color and your background in black and white. It's also going to give you suggested actions in the moment, so that if it feels that you need to adjust the brightness or something of that nature, it'll go ahead and tell you to do so that you can make those adjustments. Or say, for instance, you're grabbing a picture of a document, it will go ahead and orient it the way it feels it should be and convert it to a PDF. But the thing that really blew my mind was how AI could be implemented into the Maps app, so that you actually kind of bring together your street view and your camera, so to speak, into one, where basically it's going to utilize your camera to give you turn-by-turn directions in the moment, and also give you these like little pop-outs from the business that you're looking at to give you more information about it. Like, that's some futuristic type of stuff. Like, this is the stuff we see in movies and we get excited about and like wonder like when and how that will look in the future. Like, the future is now, y'all. Like, Google is setting some bars. And then the last thing I'm really excited about, honestly, don't judge me, is that John Legend is actually going to be a voice assistant option. So we have 6 new voice assistants to choose from, and John Legend being one of them.
Can you tell me where you live?
You can find me on all kinds of devices, phones, Google Homes, and if I'm lucky, in your heart.
And I think he has a pretty smooth voice. Outside of him, I don't know who else I would want to hear.
I'd rather have you.
You want me?
You have a soothing voice.
Thank you, Cam. Let me stop being foolish. I would be a voice assistant. I would definitely.
What would you say?
The time is 2:45 p.m. I'm doing well today. You can expect hot weather in San Diego. Have a good day. You know, you gotta change your voice for the voice assistant, right? So I'm curious though, like Cam's behind the camera right now. If you don't know Cam, he's my cousin, best friend, link below. Anyway, Cam, who would you want as your voice assistant?
Idris Elba in that accent.
So I don't know if the mic picked him up, but he said Idris Elba in his accent. I I could choose Idris as a voice assistant. Maybe even over John Legend now that we bring him in here. I didn't think about Idris. Idris has a smooth voice. Now, for those of you that are curious when and how you can get Android P, it's currently available in beta for select devices. Of course, the Google Pixel, but now it's actually available to some other phones as well that are pretty stock, such as the Essential phone and OnePlus, to name a few. And it's all because they're running Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, 660, and 636 processors, because it's now allowing devices that are running this type of processor to get updates 30% faster. So if you have a phone with that type of Qualcomm hardware in it, you can actually go ahead and get the beta now. And I think it's pretty cool that Qualcomm and Google are working, you know, hand in hand in this manner, because I mean, the advantages are there with them doing so. And this is not only a huge benefit to consumers, but to application developers as well, who now have access to a wide variety of devices running Android P. So of course, there's some other golden nuggets tucked away in Android P that, you know, I'm not discussing in this video, but nonetheless, even in knowing what I do know and seeing what I have seen, I'm personally excited. It seems like a really good experience. And something else that they actually updated was Google Assistant in terms of the conversation in itself. So it's less like a robot talking to a robot. It's more conversational. So instead of saying, okay, Google, you can say, hey, Google, or something else, a little bit more natural, and actually ask questions. Like, you can actually have a series of commands versus just one. And you don't have to say, okay, Google, all over again. You can just speak the command in which you want. So I like it. It seems more conversational, truly, and not just more conversational because the voice is different. All right, so as I was sitting here editing, I realized that I forgot one of like the most impressive things at Google I/O, and that was when they showcased Google Duplex, which is basically going to use AI and your voice assistant to schedule appointments for you, like at a business. So if you have to get your hair done or maybe make like a, doctor's appointment or something, then it will call on behalf of you.
I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around?
At 12 p.m.
We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15.
Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.?
Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for?
Just a woman's haircut for now.
Okay, we have a 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. is fine.
Okay, what's her first name?
The first name is Lisa.
And it was really interesting to kind of watch it have a conversation, because it would carry on like it's thinking, like it'll pause in certain areas of a statement. It would throw in, the occasional the things that we say as humans when we're contemplating what we want to say or trying to find a response. It really sounded like two people having a conversation. And when I first saw it, I was like, there's no way this is a robot. I don't know, that's kind of cool and scary at the same time. And I don't know how to feel about that. How do you feel about something like Google Duplex? Let me know in the comments. Cool or creepy? Another thing though also that is being introduced to Android P is app timers. So you can actually see how much time you've been spending in certain apps, in addition to how many times you unlock your phone. All these little things that you might normally get a third-party app for are now going to be natively built into the phone, so you can better manage your usage. Like if you feel like you're going on YouTube or Instagram too much, you can check on that now and even restrict how much time you are allotted per app. And then the last thing I want to talk about is a feature called App Actions. And that seems pretty cool, because instead of it kind of predicting what app you might want in that moment, is going to predict what action you would want to do within that app. So if I were to connect some headphones, it would actually suggest my music player of choice with the song in which I was last listening to in that music player. And then, one other thing, the volume toggle. Instead of it being at the top of the device, when you press the volume button, it's actually going to appear on the right side of the device and allow you to adjust your volume, toggle your ringer mode, as well as connect to different Bluetooth devices. Now, I don't know personally how I feel about it being on the right side. I know on iOS it's smack in the middle, which is a nuisance, especially when you're watching media. On the right side, it seems like it would still kind of be in the way, but less in the way. So I don't know, I gotta see how that actually looks in hand when I'm viewing media and things like that and trying to adjust my volume. I think we have spent enough time out here. I pray to God that it's enough. I pray to God that it is enough you know, good footage, which I can use and don't have to reshoot this, but if not, it will definitely make for a good blooper reel, if nothing more. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. Drop down below in the comment section how you feel about Android P. Are you excited? Did you expect more? I'm personally excited. So if you're curious about my thoughts, that's basically it in a nutshell. So yeah, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button before you dip on out of here. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.